Prime Minister Narendra Modi has spoken about the COVID-19 pandemic in Parliament. His remarks on COVID-19 have led to sharp criticism from the opposition as well. Let's listen in.
कोरोना एक वैश्विक महामारी थी, लेकिन उसे भी दलगत राजनीति के लिए उपयोग में लाया जाए, क्या ये मानवता के लिए अच्छा है? भारत जैसे
आपको मैं प्लीज
इस कोरोना काल में कांग्रेस ने तो हद कर दी। ये कैसी राजनीति है? मानव जात पर संकट के समय ये कैसी राजनीति है? ये दलगत राजनीति कब तक चलेगी? आदरणीय अध्यक्ष जी, कांग्रेस के इस आचरण से सिर्फ मैं ही नहीं, पूरा देश अचंभित है। 2 साल से देश 100 साल के सबसे बड़े संकट से मुकाबला जूझ कर रहा है। कुछ लोगों ने जिस प्रकार का व्यवहार किया, देश उससे सोच में पड़ गया है। क्या ये देश आपका नहीं है? क्या ये देश के लोग आपके नहीं हैं? क्या उनके सुख दुख आपके नहीं हैं? पहली लहर के दौरान देश जब
पर्याप्त अवसर दिया था,
लॉकडाउन का पालन कर रहा था, मुंबई के रेलवे स्टेशन पर खड़े रह करके मुंबई छोड़कर जाने के लिए प्रोत्साहित करने के लिए मुंबई में श्रमिकों को टिकट दिया गया, मुफ्त में टिकट दिया गया, लोगों को प्रेरित किया गया कि जाओ महाराष्ट्र में हमारे पर जो बोझ है वो जरा कम हो, और जाओ तुम उत्तर प्रदेश के हो, तुम बिहार के हो, जाओ वहां कोरोना फैलाओ। आपने ये बहुत बड़ा पाप किया, अफरा तफरी का माहौल खड़ा कर दिया। आपने हमारे श्रमिक भाइयों बहनों को अनेक परेशानियों में धकेल दिया।
Well, we've all seen the sight of dead bodies floating in the river Ganga, and it had also led to questions on the actual death toll due to COVID-19 during the second wave in India. Now, 10 months later, the government has told the parliament that it had no information on how many dead bodies were found floating in the river Ganga. Of course, the Jal Shakti ministry has said that the information regarding the number of COVID-19 related dead bodies estimated to have been dumped in the Ganga are not available. Opposition leaders have accused the government of lying and hiding facts, pointing out that the reply was almost identical to that provided to the questions about deaths due to oxygen shortage, which has not been reported by many states.
That question. Don't look.
The Indian drug regulator has provided an approval to Russia's Sputnik V vaccine. Now the new component is called Sputnik Light, which is a one-shot vaccine that has been created by the RDIF. The vaccine has been given permission. It's the 9th vaccine to be granted this restricted approval by the Drugs Controller General for adults, and this will further strengthen the nation's collective fight against the pandemic, said Health Minister Mansukh Mandviya on a tweet. The head of the fund, Kirill Dmitriev, has called Sputnik Light the solution to increase efficacy and duration of other vaccines, including against the Omicron variant, because it will be used as a booster with other vaccines. Listen in.
The approval of one-shot Sputnik Light vaccine in India is definitely a very important milestone in the world's fight against the pandemic. So now more than 30 countries with a population of more than 2.5 billion people registered Sputnik Light vaccine. And it's really a Russian-Indian vaccine because Serum Institute, the largest vaccine producer, Hetero, and many other Indian producers are producing Sputnik Light vaccine now. And the vaccine is incredibly efficient against Omicron, which has been shown by an independent study in the Italy's Spallanzani Institute, which showed Sputnik V and Sputnik Light are some of the most efficient vaccines in the world against Omicron. And what's very important, it can be stored at +2, +8 degree temperature for a very long time, making it a really viable solution, not only as a standalone vaccine, but also as a universal booster for other vaccines in many countries. So we are very happy with our cooperation with the Indian regulator, Indian government. This is a result of long studies in Russia, in Argentina, in India, and many countries of Sputnik Light vaccine, which has shown to be one of the most efficient vaccine against Omicron. Very important going forward that Sputnik Light demonstrated great results as part of a mix and match approach with other vaccines, really boosting and lengthening the immune response. We showed this with study with AstraZeneca, with study of mix and match approach with many vaccines in Argentina. So really Sputnik Light going forward is going to be a very important part of the fight against the pandemic as a universal booster for many other vaccines, lengthening and strengthening the response against Omicron and other mutations.
Now let's take a look at what's the situation with COVID-19 and Omicron across the world. In New Zealand, the Prime Minister of the country has said that COVID is not essentially over because experts say that there could be more variants in 2022. The COVID-19 pandemic will not end with the Omicron variant, and New Zealand will have to prepare for more variants of the virus this year, the Prime Minister has said. In fact, even the global COVID caseload has increased and has reached about 397 million. It is while deaths have surged to about 5.74 million and vaccinations are at around 10.07 billion. This is the data that has been given out by the Johns Hopkins University. Even in China still continue to report 62 new local cases on Monday and 65 locally transmitted cases as well. That's what the state's National Health Commission has informed. Certainly, COVID is still not over across the world, as we are still looking at cluster of cases being reported due to the Omicron variant. Well, that's all that we have for you in this digital edition of the COVID-19 Bulletin. Remember, the COVID pandemic is not over. Stay protected, wear a mask, stay safe, and thank you for watching.